Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Thornburg. Can a child contract chickenpox if a caregiver, nanny, grandmother receives the shingles vaccine? The answer is no. There's a difference between the chickenpox vaccine and the shingles vaccine. The chickenpox vaccine is a live attenuated virus. There is a live virus in the vaccine that's been essentially watered down, if you want to look at it that way. And when they inject it into the child, 1 to 5% of those children will develop a chickenpox-like rash. And those children that develop the rash are much more likely to shed the virus, the live virus. It is possible that somebody else that comes in contact with that child through respiratory secretions and through urine can contract chickenpox. However, the shingles vaccine is not a live attenuated virus. The old version of it was, but that version is no longer used. This new version has been around since 2017. It is a recombinant DNA virus vaccine, which means it's not live. They take part of the virus, an activating part, and then they inject it in. A person that receives the shingle vaccine will not shed. A grandmother, a caregiver, a nanny, a parent who takes the shingles vaccine will not transfer the virus onto the child. It's a big distinction. Chickenpox vaccine, yes. Shingles vaccine, no. Now, historically, what would happen, for example, when I was a child, I went over to my friend Mike's house and I picked up chickenpox because he had chickenpox. My parents then took care of me as I went through my chickenpox course. And because my parents were exposed to me having chickenpox and because they had chickenpox when they were a child, they were re-inoculated. They essentially received the shingles vaccine through my disease because they were exposed to the chickenpox through my respiratory secretions while I had the disease. So that essentially was their booster. But since children don't come home with the chickenpox anymore, mom, dad, grandparents, nannies, other caregivers don't have that true booster shot that adults had, like when I was a kid. So there's a little bit of a difference, some nuances. Hopefully this answers some of the questions about the different vaccines, who can contract and who can't contract, and historically why we didn't see so much shingles in the past. Thanks.